What's up, you plebs? YourTotalWarMaster, and this is the second top 5 video of this week. We have the top 5 worst factions to play in Medieval 2 Retrofit Hotseat. Thank you everyone again for the 500 subs. Thanks for everyone who's supporting me on Patreon. Thanks for everyone who's supporting me on YouTube, on Discord. And yeah, this is the top 5 worst factions. Make sure to state your 5 worst factions down in the comment. I'm really eager to see what you'll have to say, and let's go. Okay, the first thing I'm going to say is also if you do see an improvement in my microphone, because I've managed to bump it up a bit, so it might be a bit louder. I hope it's not too loud, but there were some people saying that I need to make my microphone louder, so hopefully this will be better. Please, down in the comments, make sure to say that. Now, at number 5 we have Portugal. The problem with Portugal is that it is extremely divided. I mean, extremely. It is divided. I mean, extremely would probably if like we had a settlement over here and over here, but you get the point. Now, you will probably want to fight one of the Spanish and Moors at the start. Now, if you get an alliance with one of them, preferably with the Moors, then you have a chance against Spain for sure. Spain also starts running 2 settlements, of course. But you also have to care about, excuse me, about the French. Now, Spain would probably be close to Portugal in how bad they are, but I thought, okay, Spain has to worry about Portugal and Cordoba, while Portugal has to worry about, sorry, not Cordoba, Moors. Spain has to worry about Portugal and Moors, while Portugal has to worry about Spain, Moors, and also the French. It does start with Lisbon, which is a decent settlement because you can get a cog. You can't get any spies soon enough. Over here you don't have a port, but you can get some good troops, as in mailed knights and jinetes. But also, if you like the French player doesn't like you, and you get, let's say, at war with the Spanish, you can get Zaragoza, and then you'll probably want to move to Spain. What happens? France sweeps from the back and gets you. Now, if you get an alliance with Spain versus Moors, I think that is a bit better, since you're not as divided, because you know you have a clear front over here. So you can take Zaragoza, you can swoop down maybe to Valencia if Spain doesn't take it. Or if they do take it, you focus on here on building the defenses versus France, and over here you focus on the Moors. So, not the best. I mean, it's not really the worst. You know, top 5 means like that's, if there are 17 factions that are normally played in hot seats, that means that like it's not that bad being 5th from the back, but still, Portugal, not the best faction. Let's go to the next one. And the next one is Hungary. What I don't like about Hungary is that is kind of sandwiched. It's sandwiched between 2 pretty good powers, as in Byzantium and HRE, and Poland, who also want to fight you at some point, probably. Now, Byzantium, sure, might be busy with the Turks, and HRE might be busy with, I don't know, Milan, maybe Venice, maybe France, but still, Hungary is kind of sandwiched. I was also contemplating between Poland and Spain, as I said before, but Poland, I feel like this front, it's relatively safe for the first 10 turns, and Portugal, well, we just talked about Portugal. Sorry, about Spain, we also just talked about them. While Hungary is not the best. It can get Bucharest turn 1 if you're a good player. You can win that. You can get Iasi. Kiev then already is a problem. Depends who goes first, but of course Poland will also want it at some point. With Budapest, you can't really expand to anywhere, because Zagreb's gonna be taken by Venice. Vienna, I mean, you don't really want to fight HRE, except if you have some good alliances. And going up to Krakow is normally not the best idea, because they will probably have some eyes on you, and as soon as you move your troops up there, they'll be up for the fight. So realistically, you can only expand from Bran. So Iasi, I would send these guys up to Iasi, and we'll take Bucharest. Okay, what do we do next? Sofia is gonna be a problem. Byzantium will want it, you will want it. And now if you're allies, and you actually he lets you take it, then it's alright. If you're allies and he will want to take it, you'll want to take it, then you have a problem. So yeah, Hungary, quite a problematic. Coming in as number 3, we have Russia. Now, Russia just isn't on the map. Like, if you want to get to your first enemy, look how many turns you need. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 turns just to touch Halik. Okay, you can use only cavalry, and that slightly decreases, but still, you're just not on the map, which in some cases is good, in some cases is bad. Now, of course, nobody can destroy you in the early turns, but also the other settlements. 2 turns to Smolensk, 3 turns to Smolensk. No, it is 2, sorry. 3 to Vilnius. You have, again, 3 to Riga, 3 to Helsinki, except you can maybe get a boat, I think then you could reach it if you get with this guy. Yeah, 2 turns works perfectly fine. Riga, actually 2 turns as well with this guy, that was my bad. But still, you do have a spy. Novgorod is not a bad settlement, but again, you don't have a port, you don't have a brothel. Smolensk is not a good settlement. Vilnius is not a good settlement. Riga is not a good settlement. Helsinki not a good settlement. Moscow not a good settlement. Ryazan not a good settlement. The first good settlement that you can actually get is Kiev, but normally Poland would get it before you, so that is another minus to this. And overall, I feel that it's not as bad as the following 2 ones that will come after, because nobody can defeat you soon, but you're not going to be a threat for a really long time, and you can't, and it's also kind of a boring start because you just fight the AI at the first 10 turns almost. I mean, or at least 5 turns, because like, if you want to realistically threaten Poland, it's just gonna be a long time before you can do that. Of course, it's good to get maybe an alliance with the HRE or the Hungarians to go and somehow destroy Poland, but still, they're probably over. I mean, if Poland's not a good player and Hungary or HRE is, then those two will already destroy Poland before you can even reach it. Which does probably mean that you maybe get Thorn, Vilnius, Riga. I mean, you get a lot of settlements basically for free, but they're shit settlements, and until you get them, otherwise it won't matter because other countries will be just stronger. Coming in as number 2 is Denmark. Now, we just spoke about Russia, and I said that the following 2 factions are going to be even worse because they can get destroyed pretty fast. Now, Hamburg could be problematic if it doesn't open on turn 1. If it does, then you're in a good spot, but still, HRE can threaten you. You can also get threatened by Poland up here for Stettin or Thorn. You can get invaded if, like, England destroys Scotland really fast and gets a pact with France, they can sail out. Over here, you're fucked. Getting to Oslo is gonna take a long time. Getting to Stockholm is gonna take a long time. You're realistically, the only settlement that you can get relatively early is Hamburg, because Magdeburg will normally get attacked by HRE. Stettin, there is a possibility to get Stettin. If you get lucky, you can open it, or if else, you can also go and realistically siege it. One good thing about this is that they actually have, I don't know why, this might actually be a mistake in the game, but they have those 3 units over here. So basically, what you can do is get yourself a boat, go there, and you can take it on second turn via a forced draw out. That helps, of course, and maybe you can get Hamburg State in the first 2 turns. But after that, what are you gonna do? Antwerp's gonna be taken. Magdeburg's gonna be taken. Attacking HRE is not a good idea, except if you get some alliances around them as well. And yeah, I just feel it's a tough time. And coming in at number 1, we have Scotland. Now, the problem of Scotland is that it has England as their neighbor, and England starts off much stronger than Scotland. Scotland starts with only 1 settlement. It does have 1 spy. Now, what Scotland can do is get to York, but only if they are earlier on the turn than England is. Inverness, you can't get to it in turn 1 because your spy doesn't get over there. You can of course siege it, which is a viable option, but you'll need to get quite a few of resources up there. The units are alright, are actually pretty good for for auto-resolve, because they're X-Men or whatever, the early X-Men, I'm not sure what they're actually called. These guys, Highlanders, they're actually quite good. If you take a look at this, these guys have 8 and 11, these guys 10 and 6, you know, it's not that bad, and they're actually relatively cheap. Their of course Spin Militia, Town Militia is, you know, normal. Their cavalry is pretty bad, so in manual resolve, I would say they're actually quite a weak faction. I mean, of course, the weakest if we're talking about this. As said, they only start with 1 settlement. They don't even have brothels. They don't have a port. They don't have a ballista, but okay, that's not that surprising. So basically, you need 3 turns to get another spy, and before that, England can already capture a lot of your stuff. Okay, here we go. That is my top 5 for the worst factions to play in the Medieval 2 Retrofit Hotseat. Thanks to everyone for watching. As I said before, make sure to state your 5 worst factions down in the comments. You can also ask for some additional top 5s to be made, because I'm enjoying making these ones. They're quite fun. Thanks again. Thanks for my Patreons as well. Make sure to join the Play Environment, liking, subscribing, and commenting down below. You can join my Discord. And until next time, fuck off.